Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'll make it quick. I'm starting a new garden by the pole barn, and if you've been watching the channel a while, you know I've been doing a lot of work out there. It's going to be apples, pears, guava, and plums. Okay. And I'm going to be transplanting some muhly grass, which I planted in a shady area of the yard. They haven't been blooming for the last 3 or 4 years, so I got to dig them up, divide them, and put them out by the mailbox where I have a severe weed problem. I put out landscape fabric, which I'm going to call a tarp. It's just easier to say. And just cut holes, put the muhly grass in it, and leave the tarp until the muhly grass gets established, gets thicker, and that way it can suppress the weeds. I also put landscape fabric tarp in front of some arborvitae that I planted in another video, which I haven't edited yet. I'm going to pull the landscape fabric back, and I'm going to fluff the soil, put some wildflowers seeds in, and then I'm going to cover it back over, and so the birds don't eat the seeds. And also with this weather coming, there's a front coming in. It's still west of Natchez, Mississippi, and it's heading to the east, and it should be in my area by noon tomorrow. And all that rain could wash the seeds away, so I'm going to cover everything back up with the tarp. And I'm also going to do the same thing in the back where Oliver plays. I'm just going to pull the tarp back, fluff the soil, plant some seeds, and I mean they're going to be it's going to be a collage of seeds. I'm not even going to look. I'm just going to mix a bunch of seeds together and go poof, and see what happens, because some seeds are old, so maybe not all of them will come up. And I did plant some seeds where the A-liner used to be, so we'll see. But anyway, so that's about it. Planting trees, relocating muhly grass, and planting wildflower seeds. So without further talking, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, so what I'm going to do is show you the plants. Let's get you over here. So I'm going to show you the plants. The traffic is starting to pick up for Saturday morning. I try to get out here early and beat it, but it just doesn't happen sometimes. All right, so let's see what we have. We got pineapple guava, and these are putting on new leaves. These will not produce any fruit for me for probably about 3 years, but we'll see. I've just got some pretty white azaleas. I think white azaleas are gorgeous. My grandmother's pink one is starting to bloom, but since they put the roof further out than my gutters, the water shoots off and lands right in the crown of this plant and is killing it. Alright, so I have a Persian lime, and she's putting on new growth, and she's got blooms. She's looking real good. These can grow up in zone 4 if you keep it in a pot and protect it from the elements outside. Then I have over here, this is a Santa Rosa. I can't show you the tag, but this is a Santa Rosa plum, and she's blooming out, and she's going out to the new garden. Let's see what we can see right here. Gorgeous. Then over here I have an Anna apple, and she is bloomed out. Look at all these beautiful blooms on this plant. Here I have a pineapple pear, and the grower has been putting winter ryegrass in the cans, and he said just to let it die down, and it sends nitrogen into the root system. And it's a new idea, so we'll see. And let's see, yeah, the rose, and then I have a Norfolk pine that I need to plant in a protected area. It doesn't like cold that much, but I just like it because it's pretty. And then over here I have one more. Oh, this is another pineapple pear. I didn't realize I bought 2 of them, but I did lose a pear in my garden, so I am going to be planting it there. So here's this muhly grass right here is going to my sister, so those are waiting pickup. I'm sorry about my shoes, guys. I really am. I can't help it. Okay. Here we have my muhly grass, and the dead stuff is just thatch. from when I pulled out I didn't realize there was a green drop cord out here, and I pulled it out and put up a bunch of debris. This is a Robanelli palm. It's okay, it just looks bad. Alright, here's a muley grass that looks real bad. I've got another one right here that looks really bad. I'm going to dig that up. That one there. And I don't know if I have one back here because there's so much debris. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's one right there. So I got 5 that I can divide and put up by the mailbox. Let's go take a look at the mailbox. I'll try to get footage in between cars. They're putting a sewage for the business behind me. Here's the mailbox. Here's where I put down landscape fabric. And in front of the arborvitae that I just planted, this is where I'm going to pull it back and put in wildflowers. So wildflowers are going to go in through here. And this is where the muley grass is going to go. And I'm going to put some yellow lantana. I think yellow would really pop right through here. And I do have a video about this mailbox. I just can't find it. But when I do, I'll post it. Alright. Here's the pole barn. And here's going to be the new garden area. Now, these plants, these trees and all the fruit that I'm planting over here is going to be for the wildlife. I'm not exactly sure of the layout because I want it to look as natural as possible, but I still have to give them space. And I'm going to let all of these plants grow to their full potential. I'm not going to prune these. I'm not going to keep them at a good harvest size or anything. These are going to be as they would grow without any human intervention whatsoever. And it will be fenced in because Oliver needs more play area. So I'll be removing this fence here, and it's connected right at this post right here. It's connected, 2 fences are, so I just gotta disconnect them from one another and pull the fence back out to here and stake it to that post. Same thing in this direction. And I've got to finish the fencing from here to the pole barn. I'm going to go all the way across that orange building and then go into the woods back here so that he can have more play area. Now he can fit through the goat panel fencing. I don't know if you can see it way over there. Captain Happy Pants couldn't. But Oliver can slip through that cattle panel over there. I'll just call it cattle panel. And I've got to put welded wire or something, hardware cloth at the bottom so he can't crawl through. But for right now, I need to go get the lawnmower, load up the trees, and come out here and get the holes cut, or burn the holes in the landscape fabric. And in about a month or so, I'll pull probably this back right here, put some wildflower seeds in, and see if they'll grow and mature in time for the, before the season's over with. So let's go and get this started. I don't think my new neighbors are up yet, and I don't want bad blood, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to haul these by hand. So let's go. Oliver just got into my seedling trays. Oh, you bad boy. You got into my seed trays. Oh, come on, inside. It's not his fault. He is so grounded. Dude. Oh, my seed trays. Get out here. Come on. Oh, Lordy. Let me go out here and see how bad it is. Well, it's not too bad. He was working on it. Oh, Lordy. He bit off that. He didn't get those. He doesn't eat. He just bites. So, all right. Hey, Ollie, you're going in the house. Come on, Oliver. Oh, Lordy. Not an ounce of regret in that face. Not one shred of regret. Not one. Ugh. So I'm going to dig this one up first, divide it, and put it in the wagon, and I'll get the smaller ones, and then I'll get after this big one. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up this landscape fabric, and I'm just gonna roll it and just pin it by the trees over there. I may end up cutting it, I don't know. And I'm sorry for all the noise, but I live in the anus of America. Tony's gonna till this whole area, and what he's gonna do, what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna sprinkle out some wildflower seeds, and within about 90 days I should have plenty of flowers out here for the pollinators. soil dried out pretty good. I've got to put out some 13, 13, 13, and then I've got to scoop up all of that charcoal that I cleaned yesterday and then dump it in here, because Tony's going to come by later and he's going to till all this up, and then I'm going to cast the seed, and I think that's it. One other thing I have to do, since this one's a little weird when it goes all the way up to the fence, instead of trying to get it out from under the fence and out from around that one post, I'm just going to cut it. All right, now I'm going to be taking some burpee. These are perennials, so they'll come back every year. What I do is I wait for them to completely die and let the birds utilize them through the winter, and then once everything is used up, I come in and I till again, and then they respring. So what the seeds the birds don't get come up next year, and so on and so forth. These are seeds that I've had for years. I couldn't bear to throw them out. And they're marigold, they're zinnias. I was going to put calendula in there, but calendula is a cool weather plant. So we're just going to see. If it comes up, it comes up, and it'll be the survival of the fittest as to who actually outgrows the other one, if it's a tight fit. So I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to call it the day. put the snakes out. It doesn't matter what color snake. Snake's a snake to a bird. And these used to be orange and green, but they have faded over time. So the trick is to move them every day or the birds figure it out. Alright guys, I'll reach out to you when these start sprouting up and everything. I'm going to go turn the sprinkler on, and then we'll come back when we got some sprouts coming up, and I'll just keep you up to date as things progress. Okay guys, this is the muley grass that I gave that big haircut. And all this is 1 month's growth. Isn't it beautiful? And that's a smaller one. That's another, and another. So all made except one, and I just replaced it with chocolate mint. And I know mint spreads, but all it's going to do is go down the ditch where it stays wet. It's not going to like it here. It's probably going to spread over here, which will be run over by the mail lady, so it will be contained. So, and this is the lantana that I told you about. Now this lantana will get about as tall as the post for the mailbox. So forgive the wind, I'm sorry. But that is the 1 month update. Now let's go out back and check out the wildlife garden. And it's been 6 days since Tony and I tilled this, put charcoal out, 10-10-10, and then seeded. And here you go. It's a 100% coverage. And the majority of the seeds are those 5-year-old marigolds and some sunflowers that I didn't even know were in that packet. I'm sure more will come up. I just haven't seen them yet. It's only been 6 days, but look at the coverage. Now, not all of these plants are going to make it. They are very, very closely planted together, so they're going to only the strong will survive. The bigger ones are going to choke out the smaller ones, which is fine. Now, here's something that unexpected is that there's morning glory in here. And I didn't plant it, so I don't know where it came from. It wasn't in the bag. But if you look closely up against that telephone pole, there's a bunch of morning glories coming up. So that's interesting. But 100% coverage. I'm not saying 100% germination, but 100% coverage. And here are the trees that I planted. This is the Anna apple. She is already putting on new growth. She looks really, really good. Look at all that new growth. And I just put down some, for mulch, I'm going to be growing sweet potatoes and just let their vines just cover the landscape fabric. And just for some color, I put in some of these vincas or periwinkles. I'm not really sure what that is, but they are pretty. This is the pineapple guava. Look at all the new growth on this one. It's just covered in new growth. And this is the Rosa plum, Santa Rosa plum, and she's got new growth as well. Isn't that beautiful? Look at all this new growth in just a month. I don't expect any of these fruit trees to produce for the next 2 or 3 years. Forgive the noise, my neighbor's building a shed. And I didn't show planting these pineapple guava because you saw me plant plenty of trees. And here's the pear that was sick, but she is coming around. She had browning of the leaves. I'm not really sure what that was about. They turned black and then they fell off. But she's hanging in there. Yeah, her leaves are holding on. I'm just going to leave her alone and watch what she does. But this is the last pair I will plant because I've had 4 or 5 now die. But she seems to be holding her own, and I'm just going to leave her alone and see what happens. And I'll put another vinca or periwinkle in for color. Again, look at all these seeds. So this should be interesting to see how many of these plants actually survive. But guys, I'm going to close it here. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it. And I will bring you back here in about 2 months to let you see how everything is going.